Do you have any idea the kind of risks a woman like me takes every time she agrees to have a little fun?
Never thought about it that way.
Of course you haven't. You're not a woman.
Love hurts.
You seem like a nice guy.
Love scars.
But the real issue is safety.
Love wounds.
That's life or death.
And more.
So I'm gonna have to ask you a question. Are you a serial killer?
What did you just say? Here, kitty, kitty, kitty.
Can you help me, please?
Here, kitty, kitty, kitty. Here, kitty, kitty, kitty. I'm in control.
No. Maybe I lied.
You know you asked for this, right?
Some fools fool themselves again.
How did I get so lucky tonight?
I know it isn't true. No, it isn't true.
Gotcha.
Boom, there you go. That was a trailer for Strange Darling, arriving in theaters on Friday, August 23rd. I'm Kuya P. Nerds Rule the World. Joining me to talk all things Strange Darling is the writer-director JT Mollner, and of course, director of photography and producer and legendary actor Giovanni Ribisi.
Oh,
you guys are amazing. How are you today?
Good. How you doing?
Doing great. You just
I'm
woke
excited,
me up.
guys. Last night I screened this. It is the thriller of the year for me. So congrats on such a wonderful film. I have so many questions, but I don't want to spoil for the people. So my biggest question is, how did this team up occur? Because I need more of this. I need y'all to collaborate again.
Wow.
Thank you so much. We met at the ASC Awards through a mutual friend, Steve Bellamy, who was running Kodak at the time, probably about 6 years ago. It might have been longer. Yeah, but 7 years ago. And we connected. And of course, I was begging. I loved him as an actor, and was sort of like my first angle was like, will you act in one of my movies? Will you act in one of my movies? Will you act in one of my movies? And then when we got past that, the fanboy thing that I was doing, and we became actual friends, we started talking about films we liked. And we spent a few years just like, did you see this movie? Did you see? And he turned me on to a movie I hadn't seen, and I turned him on to a movie he hadn't seen, and it was Qui-Gon and Shadows of the Forgotten Ancestors and all these weird movies. And we realized we had very similar taste, and he was a DP, and so he invited me over to his studio, and I looked at the work he'd done. Even though he hadn't shot a feature before this, he'd done so much work, and we both shared a love for celluloid, and the work he'd done was beautiful, it was brilliant, and so we talked about potentially doing a movie together at some point, and I started sending him screenplays, and this may have been the third or fourth thing I sent him, and luckily it turned him on, and we went and made a movie.
Yeah, it was. Luckily, it was undeniable. It was this 83-page document that I put down within 15 minutes. I had called JT and was like begging to be a part of it.
Amazing. Well, brilliant. I love it. Again, like I said, I want more from you both. Amazing. As a filmmaker myself, I love the artistic direction. And Giovanni, we know you, again, you're a legendary actor to me. I'm a big fan. But your eye as the DP in this and working with JT on this as the director, there's so many amazing choices y'all made that I loved how, again, it was shot. What was that like, creatively storyboarding or just kind of coming up with the shot selection that you did for this?
Yeah, so JT and I had, I think, 4 or 5 months together to sit down and work on a shot list and discuss the film. We were watching movies. We were doing a lot of
testing
tests.
stocks. Yeah.
Yeah. And looking for the saturation and the blues. Nothing was just sort of haphazard until it really becomes that, and you have to sort of improvise. But you have a strong foundation. You know, sometimes I do have this facility that, you know, I've talked to other directors before about making movies with them, and it's an interesting thing where, you know, I would ask to see the storyboards, or to say, and they say, oh, I don't need to do storyboards, and I would think to myself, oh, of course, yeah, Steven Spielberg or Alfred Hitchcock, they needed to do storyboards, but you don't. No, thank you. But JT was all about that, all about the prep, and it was something that was refreshing, and also just, you know, it all comes back to the story and the material, and that really drove everything for us. So, yeah.
Yeah, I love the great, and I knew at first it would be a good match creatively, because maybe because we both are so into shooting on film, that demands that you prep. You know, so everything in the movie is deliberate. Well, until it's not, and you have to pivot because you lose a location or something. But everything was planned, pre-planned, and deliberate, and that's the way I like to work, and that's the way Vonnie likes to work. And so we spent, all those months like developing that stuff and really putting together a very detailed shot list before we even got into production.
Yeah. It was really about this is a small movie. The budget was really small, and it is also something that's
It's not a small movie. The budget's very
That's
small.
what I meant to say. I mean, the process
It's a huge
of the budget.
movie.
It's a huge movie.
Huge!
With tons of personality. But it does speak to this misconception that a smaller budgeted film can't shoot on film, or it's inaccessible. And I guarantee you the budget of this movie was a lot smaller than I think anything really coming out in the next couple of weeks or over the summer.
Well, bravo, gentlemen. I am throwing virtual flowers at you. You deserve it.
Oh,
Thank you.
Definitely. Thriller of the year, and as a creative, so inspired. That's the biggest compliment I can give you, because I was inspired as a creative. So well done. Thank you all. Everybody,
Appreciate
Strange
you.
Darling arrives in theaters on Friday, August 23rd. I'm Kuya P. This is Nerds World the World. Thank you, guys. Amazing.
Thank you. All right. Thanks. Nerds rule the world.
Yeah.
You.
Thanks, guys.
Patrick?
Awesome. Hello, guys. Thank you so much. Let me count us in to help me with my edit. In a
I
1,
love your background.
3,